Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I want to talk about the terrorism that happened last week. I didn't want to talk about it at first because it's so ugly, but just for my own sanity, I needed to just get it out and have some YouTube therapy, even if no one listens to it. Um, Basically, there is no justification for terrorism and racism and genocide and all the things that have been happening. And what's disturbing is over the last week, I've seen and heard people trying to justify it and rationalize it and celebrate it and promote it, and it's really disturbing to see that. Now, I understand that there's this history and all these things that are happening, and at the end of the day there are legitimate current day channels to deal with political and racial issues and land issues and sovereignty issues and all this stuff, and just terrorism is not the way to deal with this. I mean, terrorism basically is just trying to threaten and scare people into doing what you want and trying to win. Regardless of you right or wrong, it's the wrong way to go about things. There's just no way to justify it. And I think there's a lot of people who are sort of caught up in the middle, who aren't really taking a side, who don't want to fight anymore. They just want to move on and live in the future, in the present and the future, and move on. There are other people who are just stuck in the past, who they are hurt and angry, and they want revenge for things that have been done or they feel have been done, and they're just not letting go. And there's never going to be peace with those people. And I think that's just the sad reality. I think a lot of people do want to move on, and I think it is possible to resolve this issue and for people to live side by side peacefully if they can get past the past. But some people just can't or just won't. And I'm finding there's a lack of leadership with the government and the police, particularly in Australia. I see the Jewish community is being victimised. They're basically being told to hide at home. They're basically being told that they shouldn't be so visible, that apparently their existence is like tempting the terrorists or tormenting the terrorists or something, like they're the victims, when it's the people who are being threatened and targeted that are the victims. And it's like they're blaming the victim. It's like saying to the rape victim, oh, you shouldn't have worn a short skirt. Well, the skirt is not the issue. The rapist with those issues is the issue. And basically blaming the victim and telling them that they're responsible and that they are the ones who need to fix the problem by basically not existing or hiding or something. Or it just doesn't work, because it's the other person that has the issue, and no amount of covering up or hiding is going to stop those people, because they will not be happy until that group is eliminated. And that's why we can't engage with those people and can't support those people and promote that, because there's no solution to that. It's just never-ending war or genocide. There's only two ways it goes: get ongoing war, or that side wins and the other side is gone. And that's just not the way that we can let this go. And it's just really disturbing, having grown up through an era of just ongoing progress and change, to see in the last few years how Western society has stalled and we've gone backwards in some ways is just really disturbing. It's something I didn't think could happen in my life, but it's something we're seeing. And I just want things to keep going forward. I'm a progressive person, and I want progress to continue. I want to keep going forward, learning and growing, getting better. We can't stay where we are. We can't go back. I know there's a lot of regressive people who want to go back because they think the past was better somehow, and the white sort of supremacists, that whole idea that somehow things were better then, and somehow they think if you take away all the minorities' voice and rights, that somehow they'll be better off. It's just it doesn't work. It's just we're living in this nightmare time at the moment, and I just like I said, I just needed to talk about it for a minute. I just needed to for my own sanity to say something. And there's no justifying murder and terrorism, and there's no condoning it and no supporting it, and we really should be doing more to stop it, because we're a multicultural society and we're all equal. We all have human rights, and we can't allow one group to victimize another group and stand by, because once they deal with them, they'll just go to the next group and the next group. And as a minority myself, I know I'm on that list too. Eventually they'll get to me as well. So even if I didn't believe this for my own self, I'd have to say something. I need people to speak out and people to go against this sort of behaviour and this sort of rhetoric, and the idea that there's some justification for what's happened. And people are just, I get people have their beliefs, and there's the history and all of that, and I can see how you can get caught up in that. If you stay there, you'll just be there forever. But we need to move forward, and we need to resolve this, and we can't do that by, going after revenge and just wallowing in hatred, and it's just too much. I need to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Bye.